curtains get dusty and dirty because people use them and they sit down and dust collects on the furniture and on all the surfaces and underneath the furniture. So we need to get in there and deeply clean it. When you're deep cleaning furniture, you want to have the proper tools. I have some leather furniture and some upholstered furniture. Upholstered furniture, you need to have a vacuum and preferably a steam cleaner, like a rug doctor or something like that, with a hose attachment. I like to deeply clean every corner inch of all of the furniture because sometimes in this house, the person who owned the house before us, he had a dog that sat on the furniture all the time, and so when you smell the couch cushion, it smells really bad. It smells like dogs. So I want to get that odor out of there, and I also want to get all the accumulated fur and buildup and dust, because dust mites love to hang out inside of all the cushions in your couch. And the evidence of it is if you go like this, I just saw a puff of cloud come out of there. The first step is to remove all the cushions. When removing the cushions, you'll notice that there's sometimes some debris on the underside, and you'll notice all the crumbs underneath the cushions here. There's coins and all kinds of treasures there. You'll be surprised. And food or whatever else, hair, dust. Now it's time to vacuum out all the filth that lies underneath the cushions. Use your vacuum with the wand attachment. Now that we vacuumed all the filth underneath the cushions, it's time to vacuum the dust out of all the cushions with this same vacuum attachment. Right here I have this doily, and it looks really pretty on there, but any doilies that you have in your living room area or on tables or couches or chairs or wherever you put them, they all need to be washed as well. You bring them outside and shake them out really good to get all the dust out, and then you just gently wash them by hand with warm soapy water and rinse them thoroughly and hang them out to dry. We're going to vacuum all the dust that's on the cushions. Vacuuming your cushions and your upholstered furniture is a necessity to do at least once a week, if not every other week, because the dust mites collect in there, and it's just running over it a little bit once a week. It's not that big of a deal, but it sure does cut down on the nasty dust mites that are in your home. It's important to vacuum the arms of the chair and all the back, anywhere where dust mites can collect. This is my 15-year-old son, Miles. He's going to help me with the upholstery work today. The commercial steam cleaner, like the Rug Doctor, you need to buy a solution if you have pet odors, which we do. We even have some urine spots that we need to clean up in our carpeting and some spills in our vehicles. So we're going to try to do everything in one day because they cost money to rent these things. You don't want to drag the jobs out too long, do ya? No. I bought a pet formula. It's an enzymatic cleaner, and so it's about a 1/4 cup per gallon. So I mix that together with some warm water, and I'm going to pour it in the bottom of the machine. This is the container that all the dirty liquid goes into, so we'll put that in next. Flip this part up, and then we're ready to roll again. If you have leather furniture, just wipe it down with a damp, wet cloth. of you have lots of clutter in your living rooms. I know a lot of you do. You have lots of little knickknacks and special little items to decorate, and it's great to decorate your living room. And I just choose not to have a lot of knickknacks because they're a lot of work to keep up. But I can understand why people do, because sometimes it's just really cute. Look at these little Hummels, they're just so cute. Well, anyway, this is how you clean a little Hummel. You get a little bit of water on your paintbrush, and you just go into all the little corners and nooks and crannies, and you gently clean every little area once in a while. You don't have to do this every time, but when you want to get your knickknacks all cleaned off really well. And then just give her a little dusting with your little feather duster. Using a microfiber cloth, or you could also use an old rag, you can dust all your surfaces off. Now, I've seen women dust before, and they don't think that they need to like pick things up and go underneath. They just kind of go around stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not the proper way of cleaning. You need to pick up the lamp or whatever's on the table. You need to dust the entire surface. And guess what? You also have to dust the lampshade and the light bulb and the lamp stand, because they collect dust too. So I just go around and I dust the lampshade off, or you can vacuum it off real gently with a brush. And then I dust up here, and I go in there, and I want to turn the light bulb off, like this, because it gets a little warm, and then just kind of gently get the dust off the light bulb. It'll actually let more light come out of your light bulb. And then I'm going to dust all around the stand, getting every surface. See, all done. That was really easy. And you can also see with this table that there's even another surface here. So I want to dust that as well, and the legs, because that collects dust too. So don't forget all your surfaces. I put a 1/4 cup of olive oil in this little container that's for pouring maple syrup. You can put it in whatever kind of container you want. And then I put a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. You can just use the lemon concentrate from the store. And then I put about 5 drops of lemon essential oil, and it smells wonderful, and it works just fantastically. So I just pour a little bit on a piece of paper toweling, because then that way you can throw away the paper toweling when you're all done using it, because it's all oily. So just rub around your surface, and it makes your wood shine so beautifully. Plants are a really nice accent in any living room, but they also accumulate dust. So taking a damp cloth with a little water can gently clean all the leaves of your plant off and get all the dust off of them. And they'll like it. If you have a doily, just shake it outside and put it back in the room. I know, silk flowers make a real pretty decoration in anybody's home, but they also collect a lot of dust. So periodically, you need to dust them and get the dust out of them. So what I do to dust my silk flowers is I bring them outside and I give them a little shake, try to shake off the majority of the dust, or I just dust them with a little feather duster. And you want to do this outside so you don't bring the dust back into your home. And then sometimes I even run them under some warm water, and I just let them drip dry, and they get really clean that way as well. Now if you have wall hangings on your wall, you're going to want to dust those as well, because they tend to collect dust on the top. And if they have little cracks, there's all little dust that collects in all these little cracks, like that. Now if you have a glass on your picture, you're going to want to take a damp cloth and just gently clean it, because you don't want to get too much water, because water can damage the print. So you want to just do everything very carefully. Now for on top of your door frames and window frames, you want to dust on top of there too, because dust collects up on there as well. I took a dish towel and I tied it onto the end of my broom so I can get all the cobwebs. It's real easy. You just go up here and just run it along and it'll grab all the cobwebs that form around on your ceiling. Now if you have a banister in your living room and baseboards, you need to get like a feather duster or something like this, or an old rag, and just dust all these little surfaces too. Because there's lots of dirt that collects and dust that builds up. Now for the flooring in your living room. I have hardwood flooring, so I'm going to show you how to take care of that. Some of you have carpeting, and we'll talk about that on another episode. But for now, I want to show you how to do your flooring. When you're sweeping, you want to sweep all the way to the edges and into the corners and pull the dirt into the middle of the room. You go all the way around the perimeter of the room in such a way. And bring your dust pile to the middle of the room. You also need to get underneath the furniture because a lot of dust collects there. Now if you have hardwood flooring, you want to make sure you have nice little felt pads underneath the four corners of your furniture so that it doesn't scratch the floor. Because chances are you're going to damage your floor when you're moving heavy duty furniture across the floor, and there might be a little grain of sand or dirt and it'll just put a big gouge in your floor. So you want to be very careful when you're moving things. You might need to ask for help. Now that I moved the couch out of the way, I can see all the debris under here. Wow, look at that. We have a sock under here and we have a wheel and a Lego. All right, well, let's get it all cleaned up. And, wow, even a piece of chewing gum is under there. How about that? This is my cold air return from my air conditioning unit, and it gets all full of dust as well. So I want to take my broom and gently sweep around this as well, get all the dust out. While the furniture is moved out, you also want to clean the floor, mop it. So I'm just gonna clean underneath the furniture here while it's out. So you clean it really good. And clean all the way, mop all the way into the corners as well. And with hardwood floorings, vinegar and water and a little essential oil is all you need. Now return your furniture back and keep sweeping around the room. And then just finish mopping the floor. And go with the grain of the wood because it will look a lot better if you go with the grain instead of against. Wow, this room is so clean. It feels so fresh. And when you sit on the furniture, you don't have a dust cloud coming up and there's not little dust bunnies everywhere. It's such a good feeling. Now go clean your living room.